Print on demand has been around for years, but the way that people are running it in 2026 is completely different to how it used to be. Back in 2021, when I first started, I was having to manually create the designs in Canva. I was guessing what types of designs to publish. I had to write all of my product descriptions and create all the tags. I was basically spending more time than needed on something that should have been extremely simple. Now AI can handle all of that. The niche research, the designs, the listing copy, everything. This means that the barrier to starting this business model is extremely low, and that's not something I can allow you to sleep on. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the exact system, 4 steps, 3 tools, and you can have all of this running within the next 24 hours. No, you don't need experience, design skills, or even money up front to get this started. Let's get right into it. So real quick, for anyone that's never heard of print on demand before, it's essentially a very simple business model where you create a design, and that design can get printed onto any physical product that you could possibly think of. But the catch is that it only gets printed once someone actually makes a purchase. This means that there's no stock or any inventory involved. A lot of people try to claim that it's oversaturated, but let me explain why 2026 could actually be the best time to get started in it. See, the old way, which is how I did it, looked a little something like this. You'd spend a lot of time trying to figure out what niche to get into. This was usually you just guessing based on what you personally like. Then you'll open a Canva and spend hours trying to make something that looked good, even if you had zero design background. From there, you'd manually write your Etsy or Redbubble titles and descriptions, hoping that you were using the right keywords, and then you just wait and see if anything was sold. Now don't get it twisted, it did work sometimes, but it was slow and a lot of effort for one person to manage. The new way looks completely different, and I'm gonna walk you through all of them using only 3 tools. First things first, you're gonna open ChatGPT and ask it something along the lines of this. I'm gonna leave this exact prompt down below in a pinned comment and in the description so you can go ahead and reuse it. From here, ChatGPT is gonna give you a list of options. Now, this is the important part. You don't just take what ChatGPT has said, you need to go off and validate it. First, you're gonna head over to Etsy and type in the niche of the product that you're the most interested in that ChatGPT recommended, and you're gonna look at only the first page results. Now, if products are showing up on the first page, as I always say, it means that something is working. Something that this seller has done is clearly doing well in the algorithm, which is why it's ended up on the first page. From here, you wanna also check the review count. So for example, a listing of over 1,000 reviews is a product that is obviously already proven to work. It's literally telling you that there is an active market for it. Here, you're obviously not guessing anymore, you're reading actual data to fully understand what type of product sells so you don't waste time creating products that obviously don't. Once you spot the patterns in what's already working, you have your direction. So you pick a niche, pick a product, and move on. This entire step should take you well under 5 minutes. Now, this part used to take me hours when I first started, and that is to generate your design. Now, with the help of AI, it literally takes me minutes. What you're gonna do is head over to ChatGPT and paste this prompt along with the screenshot of the first page results of your Etsy. From here, ChatGPT is going to give you a full design brief. Now, you can either ask ChatGPT to generate the image for you, or if you like to be a little bit more hands-on and have a bit more control, you can go directly into Canva and find the elements that match up to this. A few things to keep in mind when you're coming up with a design is to just keep it very minimal and sleek. You don't want anything that's too busy to look at or any text that's not readable. And most importantly, you don't want to mix too many colors that don't go well together. So make sure you're actually referencing back and forth with AI if it looks good. If you look at your design when it's done and you don't understand what's going on off the bat, you need to simplify it. Strip it down to the basics. Once you're happy with the design, you're going to export it at the highest quality possible, and then you're going to repeat the process. I feel like I always say this, but volume matters. The more designs that you put out, the more likely you are to attract customers and generate sales. Next, we're going to get into the special tool that's going to make your life 1,000 times easier, and that just so happens to be Inkjoy. Now, I'll have it linked as the first link down in my description. Here, you'll be able to create a free Inkjoy account, and once you're in, you can connect it to your Etsy store. This is a super straightforward integration. You literally just need to grant access so the 2 platforms are linked, and this right here is where Inkjoy's bulk design tool becomes your best friend. So instead of you uploading and editing multiple designs, what Inkjoy allows you to do is bulk edit them all in one go. You can upload multiple designs for a single product all at once. You can make quick edits on all of them, and you can publish them all in one go. So if, for example, you're creating 10 variations of the same t-shirt design with, let's say, multiple different cat designs, you can go ahead and do that in seconds instead of manually having to edit each one. If you've ever tried listing designs manually, you'll understand how long the whole process used to be. This tool actually completely removes that bottleneck, and it allows you to get more products live in way less time. Inkjoy also generates mockups like these, so you don't need any extra tools to make them. In short, mockups are just real life pictures of what your product would look like. So if you've created a t-shirt, it would actually be someone wearing a t-shirt. If you had a sticker, you could go ahead and place the sticker anywhere. It could be on a table, on a journal, and it feels like a real life image to promote the product instead of just a standalone product. When it comes to pricing, I always recommend that you price at least 2 to 3 times more than the base price to make the product. Inkjoy will actually show you all the margins in real time, so you can see exactly what you're making per sale, so you can decide, which makes it easier for you to decide on the price. In my opinion, when you're first starting out, what you want to do is price yourself a little bit lower than your competitors. This will give potential customers more of an incentive to shop with you. Over time, you're going to generate sales, which allows you to build up your reviews, which is what you desperately need to get onto that first page on Etsy. Now, when it comes to your listings, as a beginner, I don't actually recommend that you invest into any paid traffic until you understand exactly what's working for you. What you need to do is make sure that all of your titles and descriptions are optimized with keywords. So you want to make sure that it's 100% SEO optimized. In short, these are just searchable terms that would lead people back to your products. So as an example, if I'm selling a cat t-shirt, I could put black cat or crazy cat person or just stuff like that in the description. What you can do is just go straight over to ChatGPT and ask it to create a fully SEO optimized title and description for each product. So you can actually screenshot or send the image of the product and get ChatGPT to describe exactly what it sees in the description. Once again, I'm going to leave the exact prompt down in the description so you can go ahead and replicate what I've done. And once your listing is live, you're officially open for business. Now, let's talk about the important part, which is actually getting people to see your design. There's two forms of free traffic that I 1000% recommend. The first being obviously the Etsy organic traffic. Etsy naturally has an algorithm that pushes your products because it's a search engine. So people are actively on that platform searching for the exact products that you're currently selling on your store. All of these people are on the platform with the intention to buy. So the thing that matters is making sure that your design is appealing and obviously pushing out enough products on the platform so that the algorithm takes you in and throws you out at potential customers. This is why I said start with a slightly lower price point than what you'd like, because when you price competitively, Etsy will naturally push you after you start getting a few sales, and from those sales you'll get reviews, which is literally just a chain reaction. It's going to keep reconfirming to Etsy that these products are important and that they should be placed in front of more people. In order to make the most of this free traffic, as I said, the main thing is just push out as many designs as you can. As you've seen, Inkjoy makes it super easy for you to mass publish your designs, so that means that you can literally have even 100 designs up by the end of the month. Now, my second favorite traffic method, which actually does require you to be a little bit more proactive, is Pinterest. This is one of my absolute favorite ways to generate traffic to any of my products, like digital products, physical products, you name it. And the reason why it works so well is because Pinterest is also a search engine. People are actually going on Pinterest for inspiration. Most of them are actually ready to make purchases. So what you'll notice is that Pinterest traffic actually converts really well. What I would recommend that you do is you take the mockups that Inkjoy generates and then you post them on your Pinterest and link it back to your Etsy store. I say for each single product that you post on Etsy, you create 3 to 5 relevant Pinterest pins for it that push it back to that link. This will work amazingly in your favor because Pinterest traffic actually signals to Etsy that you're getting external traffic. This is showing Etsy that there's actually more people that are interested in your product and will also help you rank in their algorithm. So essentially you're getting double the benefit from one action. Now, let me set some expectations before you go off, because I do want to be completely straight with you. People come into print on demand and expect quick results, and when it happens, they usually try and quit within the first week. This is a real business model. People have been doing it even before AI, when it was a lot harder and more complicated and time consuming. So trust and believe that this is a 1000% legit business model. However, you do need to commit that time and effort to make it work. It just takes a little bit of consistency and testing. Your first few designs might not sell. That is normal. People that win at this are the ones that keep on going. Take the feedback on what isn't working and what is working and double down on the designs that are clearly working for you. When the money starts coming in, you can reinvest it. You can create more products. You can eventually go into paid traffic and paid theme pages to promote your work. You can even end up outsourcing the design process, or even outsource all of the steps of it, so you can just sit back and let the money flow in. That is how a side hustle becomes a real business. The AI system that I just showed you just means that you're making it a lot faster for yourself. So that's the full system. As I said, 4 steps, 3 tools, and that was it. If you found this useful, please go ahead and like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and drop them down below. I'll be sure to reply. Best of luck, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.